Earlier, we learned about the finest China porcelain from the Imperial Kiln. But how is a new generation of these porcelain makers breathing new life into the imperial wares? Since 2003, the United Nations has adopted the Convention for the Protection of Intangible Cultural Heritage to promote it across the globe. Yet the protection and the innovation of imperial porcelain making have started well before that in one family who's been passing down their love of Chinese porcelain. The works they've created simply defy categorization. While some of them resemble tangyuan or glutinous rice balls that make your mouth water, others look like they came right out of a sci-fi movie. Let's follow Qijie again as she rounds up her journey exploring the inheritance and innovation of the imperial Qin craftsmanship.
White as congealed fat and plain as snow. That's the description of sweet white glazed porcelain, a favorite of a Chinese emperor. Yongle was the third emperor from 1403 to 1424 during the Ming Dynasty. Mutton fat aside, 600 years later, will Yongle's favorite appeal to young people in the 21st century? Xiang Yingzi hopes that her latest design will not only be popular, but also help young Chinese know more about the country's ceramic culture.
我们这套其实也是做了这种甜白釉，是永乐时期的一个很具有代表作的一个这样的釉色。为什么说甜白呢？说它像白糖一样的颜色，是很甜的。加了这种回形纹的一个传统的这种纹饰，有一个美好的寓意，就是连绵回纹不断嘛，这个意思。
Xiang majored in ceramic design in college. Right after graduating in 2009, she joined her father, learning from him and improving her craftsmanship in both design and manufacturing. And most of all, she's determined to innovate too.
传承的话，它是对过去的一个经典优秀的文化的一个延续。然后也是对古圣先贤的一个智慧的一种，跟我们之间的一个精神的纽带吧，它是有根基、有价值的，所以我们需要去学习它。但是呢，我觉得就是，因为你现在生活的这个环境跟应用的场景都在不断的发生改变，所以我们是需要创新，但是它这个根源是不能变的。所以我觉得这两者的关系是在这样子去平衡它。
Innovation is the only way forward for cultural inheritance. This has reached a consensus in this particular field across the globe. The crux is how to improve the vitality of innovative products or works of art inspired by intangible cultural heritages.
你看到的东西，你学到古人的东西，要把它消化掉，然后要再重新去组织，重新再创造，根据我们现在人的审美观念、审美习惯，甚至包括我们的时间节奏、我们的生活空间，去创造我们自己现在的生活，这个才能跟你的生活融为一体。但是我相信这种借鉴或者继承也好、复制也好，是一个必经的历史阶段。我相信它的未来，尤其是我们的年轻人，他们在当下有这种兴趣去继承这种传统文化的时候，如果说他的这个文化素养在提高，当然我们现在的这种科技手段也可以给他们提供很大的助力。我相信看到这种大师级的顶级的这种非遗作品，我觉得时间不会太远。
Xiang Yingzi is one of those young inheritors who know their advantages and disadvantages. She jokingly calls herself a quiet activist. She prefers a slow life in which she constantly seeks a higher level.
我会去学《道德经》、看《易经》，然后就是对过去的这种经典智慧，我们都会去慢慢学习，因为它真的可以渗透到你日常的生活当中，包括你的工作，包括我们背后的设计，需要这样一个很强大的这种背书去支撑你往下走，做一些创新的作品。
Imperial Qin porcelain is not simply an artwork or an ornament. Its craftsmanship is a classic culmination of ceramic making skills and techniques of all ethnic groups across the country. It represents Chinese culture and Chinese aesthetic values. Senior inheritors want to make sure the juniors understand this.
让我们更希望他们能从年轻人，不光仅仅是我女儿，是在景德镇吃这一方水土长大的，或者是爱好中国传统陶瓷文化的这些人，都应该有责任把这个传承好。所以传承好，首先我们要去理解它，要解读它内在的丰富的这些内涵、材料的运用和造型和装饰，它都是有字是有章法。希望大家真正要有情怀，把这些老祖宗传下来的经典传承下来。尤其科技越发达，这个越显得很重要。
我要做一个棒棒糖。
我这个脚。
Some of the most beautiful things on Earth come from Mother Nature. Imperial King porcelain starts from clay and goes through hundreds of processes. From Xiang Yuanhua to his daughter Xiang Yingzi, the legacy may also be passed on to his granddaughter and beyond. The protection of intangible cultural heritages in China or in the world depends on both inheriting the traditions of the past and creating new ways for their future. 七姐 CGTN Beijing